Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. So if you missed my earlier review today, it was of the Homeworks Vanilla Orchard Crisp candle. That one, by the way, is sold out. But if you were still curious to hear my thoughts and you missed the video this morning, I will put a link to that in the description box down below. But right now we are talking about kind of a Bath and Body Works classic, and that is pumpkin carving. I actually meant to look through my candle reviews to see if I had ever done a review of pumpkin carving. It doesn't sound familiar to me, so I thought I'd just tackle it again. And then if I upload it and I do look back, maybe I can compare the reviews to see if my opinion has changed at all or if I smell different notes at this point. Because I gotta tell you guys, the older that I get, the more my tastes in fragrance change and the more my nose also changes. I feel like there are things that I used to really enjoy the scent of or the fragrance of, and they're kind of not my favorite necessarily anymore. And so it's just kind of interesting how that happens when you get older. Things just kind of get tweaked, right? Anyway, I obviously have pumpkin carving in a sleeve here, and so I'm just gonna lift it up so that you guys can see the packaging. Most of you have probably seen it. Oh, sorry, you probably hear Alfie boofing in the background. So it has this really pretty damask print, and in between the damask print are little jack-o'-lantern heads. It's sort of like a fancy take on Halloween decor. I kind of like it. I personally like it when Halloween decor is really tasteful and somewhat understated. When I decorate for fall, it is literally just for fall. I don't do Halloween decorations. They've just never really appealed to me the way that they seem to appeal to basically everybody else. Yeah, and I just, putting up Halloween decorations in September, I guess, maybe is a little early. I don't know. But that being said, here I am decorated for fall at the end of August. So what the hell do I know? Anyway, you guys, let's get into the scent description of this and let's talk about what I smell, the performance, and what my concerns are with this one, because there is one. I don't actually expect to be burning this one after this particular burn. I'm going to be putting it in the crock. So we'll talk about that though. Also, by the way, this is one of my favorite holders that I ever got from Bath and Body Works in terms of like their fall leaf holders that they do. I thought this one was gorgeous. I think I got it last year, but I just love that wood base and the gold. I don't know, I love it. Anyway, all right, let's get into the scent description. Okay, pumpkin carving has been around for a while, and I kind of feel like it hasn't really changed much, at least from what I remember when I originally smelled it. So the notes here read freshly carved pumpkin, spiced pumpkin seeds, and smooth brown sugar. So this is a very classic fall scent to me. You definitely get that like pumpkin pie filling. There's definitely pumpkin in this, but it's more so about the like pumpkin pie spices. I feel like there's a good amount of cinnamon in this. There is definitely that brown sugar. There is a sweetness to it for sure. There's that cinnamon, that maybe a little bit of like cardamom, a little bit of nutmeg. It just has that beautiful fall spiciness to it, but it's done in a way that isn't overpowering or cloying. That brown sugar, quote unquote brown sugar that they put in the hair is really, it has those like really nice molasses type notes. Sorry, I thought I heard Craig's home for a few days, so I'm just like, I wonder if no, he hasn't pulled up. We're good. Not that he would care, but he'd be like, are you talking to yourself? I am. I'm totally talking to myself right now. But yeah, so that brown sugar with that kind of molasses like type of sweetness is really the sweetness that you get. Like, I think there's a difference between that kind of quote unquote white sugar smell, or like a cotton candy sugar scent, or a brown sugar scent, or even like a honey. They have a different feeling to them for sure. And I do really like that brown sugar when it is mixed with that pumpkin and those fall spices. In terms of like spiced pumpkin seeds, nothing of this particularly smells, and I know that seeds are different from nuts, but there's no nuttiness, or there's no like seed type note, if you will, which to me would kind of smell maybe slightly nutty. Like when you roast pumpkin seeds, you get that kind of warm, like seedy nuttiness, if you will, that kind of wafts through the air. And it depends on if you put salt on your pumpkin seeds or if you sprinkle them with cinnamon and sugar. I typically, when I roast mine, will do salt. Oh my gosh, those are so good. That's actually the only part of pumpkin carving that I enjoy, is roasting the seeds. I have never been a jack-o'-lantern person. They kind of freak me out. I don't like the way they look. But I obviously have a kid who really enjoys Halloween, and so we carve the pumpkins for her. I always clean all the guts out and get the seeds and then do my thing, and Stella carves away. So anyway, in terms of strength and throw here, this is pretty good. This has given me a solid like 7 in terms of strength, and a fairly similar number in terms of throw. So it's a good performer. The only thing I'm not liking, and this is probably the reason why I'm going to end up putting this one in a crock after this burn, is that it has those really thick rope-like wicks. And those, in my experience, have tended to break down a lot faster and result in that puny wick syndrome. But it also causes the wax to get kind of dirty and sooty, and it changes the scent or the fragrance for me. I'm just gonna, oops, sorry you guys, I kicked the camera stand here. I'm just gonna show you guys the top there. Can you kind of see how the wax is no longer that kind of nice, that nice creamy white? You can see a little bit of that discoloration like right over here. Obviously this is just now pulling out. I just lit this up, but I didn't trim these wicks at all. And you can see that they're pretty short to start with. And so I don't expect them to really survive much after this particular burn. And that's a little bit of a bummer, but I am getting past the halfway point. So that's kind of a success for me when it comes to Bath & Body Works candles. But I won't have any problem putting this in the crock, because quite frankly, I think I'll get a lot more strength and throw out of it there than I will if I continue to burn it. And then I also don't have that like kind of burnt smell mixed in with that delicious description that I just gave you guys. I do find that when those little like black droppings from those thick wicks drop into the wax, it really does change the fragrance, and it turns it, like I smell a little bit of that like sootiness, and I don't like it. It bums me out about Bath & Body Works candles. But anyway, overall, I'm still really pleased with this one, and I do anticipate picking up another one before Halloween for sure. So I'm curious to see if they're going to put this one out in a different type of packaging, or if they're just going to continue to kind of crank out this like more, slightly more fancy Halloween vibe that they have going here. So my store, I was just at Bath & Body Works the other day, and they still had a ton of these in stock. So I don't know. I certainly was not going to buy anything without a sale. So yeah, but I do want another one of these for sure. It's very enjoyable. I hope Bath & Body Works continues to bring it back. It's 2 thumbs up for me. Let me know what you think of pumpkin carving. And I'm going to go let Alfie out of his little his little cage there, and we're going to go outside and play for a little bit. So He's been a good boy during this video. The borks were minimal, so I gotta reward him for that. Anyway, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.